Good morning Year 8 and welcome to today's maths lesson. Let's start off with a quick starter. Can you find for me 25% of 300? Can you then increase 300 by 25%? And then can you decrease 300 by 25%? My final question, a TV has been reduced in a sale. It was reduced by 25% to £225. What was the original price? Pause the video for a couple of minutes and have a go at those questions in your light blue books, please. Okay, let's go through the answers. So 25% of 300, how can I work that out? James Cork, what am I going to do? What sum do I need to do? Exactly, I need to do 300 divided by 4 to work out 25%. 300 divided by 4 is 75. So question 2 said to increase 300 by 25%. We found out what 25% of 300 is. So to increase by 25%, we just need to do 300 and add on our 25%, which in this case was 75. So increasing it will give us 375. So the next question said to decrease 300 by 25%. Again, we already know what 25% is, so if we decrease it, we just need to do 300, subtract our 75, which gives us 225. That's going to help us with the last question. The last question said a TV has been reduced in a sale. It was reduced by 25% to £225. What was the original price? Now we worked out that if we reduce 300 by 25%, that gives us 225. So this tells us that the TV must have been worth £300 to start with. And these are the kind of questions we're going to be looking at today. Here's our lesson destination. So let's start us off. If 10% of something, x, is 12, what is x? We need to find out what 100% of x is. To find out what x is, so 100% is x. Now we know that 10% of that is 12, and if we look at our bar model, we know that there's 10 lots of 10% in 100%. So to work out what 100% of x is, we need to do each of those 12s added up 10 times, or 12 times 10, which tells us that x must be 120. Let's check it. Is 10% of 120 12? Yes, it is. Over to you, Year 8. Can you have a go at this question? If 5% of x is 12, what is x? Pause the video for a minute or two, and in your light blue books, have a go at that now, please. Okay, let's go through the answers. If 5% of x is 12, what's 10% of x going to be, Alicia? 24, exactly, it's just double that 5%. If 10% of x is 24, and we know there's 10 lots of 10% within 100%, this tells us that x must be 240. You could have worked it out and said there's 20 lots of 5%, so you could have just done 12 times 20, that would also work, which would give you 240. Let's do another one. 15% of x is 12. What is x? So this time we can't just multiply 15 by a whole number to give us 100%, can we? But what I could do is I could divide it by 3. That would tell us that 5% of x is going to be 12 divided by 3. So in this case, 5% of x is just 4. I can then multiply that by 20 to tell me that 100% of x, or all of x, is 4 times 20, which is what, Theo? 80, lovely. Over to you, Year 8. In your light blue books, if 15% of x is 18, what is x? Pause the video for a minute or two and have a go at that question now, please. Okay, let's approach it in the same way. Let's try and work out what 5% of x is going to be. If 15% of x is 18, to work out 5%, we just divide by 3, which tells us that 15% of x is 6. Sorry, that 5% of x is 6. We can then find 100% of x by multiplying by 20, which tells us that x is equal to what? James Gooden, help me out. 120, lovely. Cool. Over to you. In your light blue books, can you work out what x is in each of these cases? So each time you're trying to work out what 100% is going to be, 100% of x. What do you need to multiply that by? For example, the first one, you're going to multiply it by 10 to tell you 100% of x is 70. Pause the video for 5 to 10 minutes and have a go at those questions for me. The extension questions are the 16 and 1.6%, so don't worry if you don't get onto those. At least aim to finish the first 8. Pause the video for 10 minutes and off you go. And here are the answers I was looking for. Please check your work and see how you did. So here's my next question for you. If 90% of x is 180, what's 100% of x? Pause the video and have a think about this question. In your light blue books, is it A, B, C or D? Pause the video now. Okay, let's think about it. If 90% of x is 180, what's 10% going to be? I need to divide by 9. So that tells me 10% is going to be 20. If 10% is 20, we know that 100% is just 10 times 20, which is 200. C. And we're going to use that now. I've been told a number decreases by 10% to 180. What was the original number x? So we know the original number x, we want 100% of it. 100% of that original number x is what we're trying to work out. There it is. We know that if we take away 10% of that, what percentage is going to be left for me? Tamsin. Great, 100% take away 10% tells us that 90% of x is left. We know that 90% of x is 180. As we've been told, when we take away that 10%, what's left is 180, which is 90%. And now it looks like just like the question we just did. 90% of x is 180. What's 100% of x? And we can solve that now. We worked out that x had to be 200. So our original length here is 200. Can I see dark blue books out, please? Can you give me the title reverse percentages? So dark blue books out and the title reverse percentages for me. And when you've got that down, can I see pens down and eyes on the board? Okay, so I've been told a percentage change. I've been told there's been a 10% decrease and the new value is £360. And I've been asked to find the original amount. I'm going to call the original amount x. So I want to find out what 100% of x is, this distance here. I've been told that I've taken away 10%. So what percentage have I got left, Alicia? Great, I've got 90% left. I've been told that this 90% here is worth 360 to me. Okay, Vicky, if 90% is 360, can you tell me what would 10% be? Exactly, if 90% is 360, if I divide that side by 9 to get 10%, I need to do the same to the other side, which tells me 10% is 40. And if I know that 10% is 40, I can just multiply that by 10 to find out what 100% is. So what's 100% of x going to be for me? Lily May? 400, lovely. So my original amount, x, is 400. Over to you, Year 8. In your dark blue books, can you have a go at this example for me? Ooh. Calculate the original amount. There's been a 25% decrease this time and the new value is £150. Pause the video for a minute or two and have a go at that question in your dark blue book now, please. Okay, let's go through the answer. So this time I've been told I want to find my original amount x and I want to find 100% of it. This time I know I've taken away 25%, so what percentage have I got left, Luca, this time? 75%, exactly. And I know that 75% after I've taken away the 25% is worth 150 to me. Let's use this to work out what the original 100% could be. If I divide it by 3, I know that 25% is worth 50. And then if I times that by 4, Jonas, what's my original number going to be? 200, excellent. Please make sure you've got this example in your dark blue books, Year 8. Okay, mini whiteboards or light blue books. At a shop during a discount event, everything is reduced by 10%. Andrea bought a dress after the discount, after it's been reduced by 10%, for £36. Can you work out the original price? I've drawn you a bar model to help you out. Please use it. Pause the video for a minute or two and answer that question now, please. And here's your answer. We knew that 90% of our dress is worth £36. 36 divided by 9 will give me 10%, which was £4. So 100% is just £4, that 10%, times by 10. So the original price of the dress was £40. Dale runs a cycling club at school. He probably doesn't run it at the moment, given it's lockdown. The club budget has been reduced by 20% and is now £100. What was his original budget? Again, I've drawn you a bar model to help you out. What's 100% of his original budget? Pause the video for a minute or two and work it out now, please. And this is your answer. So 20% is £100 divided by 4. We know that 80% is £100. So 20%, if I divide that by 4, is going to give me £25. So this section here is 25. But I need 100%, so I need to multiply my 20% by 5. 20% times 5 gives me £125. Finally, Carol has a 15% off voucher for a firework making course. Carol's course now costs £68. What was the original cost of the course? This one's a little bit trickier, see if you can work it out. Pause the video for a minute or two and have a think. Okay, so this time we know that 85% is worth £68 to me, because when we've taken off 15%, it's £68. We know that if we divide that 85% by 17, we can work out what 5% is, and 100% is just that 5% times 20, which gives me £80. Don't worry if you didn't get that one was tricky. Okay, Year 8, can you pause the video and in your light blue books, spend 10 minutes on these 6 questions now, please. And here's the answers. Please check your work and see how you did. Okay, so we've been looking at percentage decreases. We're going to look at percentage increases now. If I've been told that 110% of x is 330, what's 100% of x? What was my original x? So we know that 100 plus 10% is going to equal 330. How could I work out what 10% was if I know 110% is 330? Xander, how could I work out what 10% was? I can divide it by 11, very wise. Dividing by 11 tells me that 10% is equal to 30. We can use this to work out what 100% would be by timesing by 10. So 100%, or my original value of x, is going to be 300. Over to you, Year 8. In your light blue books, can you have a go at these 5 questions? Pause the video for 5 to 10 minutes and work these out now. Start by working out what 10% of x is each time. Pause the video, 5 to 10 minutes. Can you work these out now, please? And these are the answers. Please check how you did. Alright, let's throw in some words. A number x increases by 10% to 330. What was the original number x? So we know that 100% of x plus an extra 10% is going to be worth 330 to me. So what percentage does this represent? 100% plus an extra 10%. Jake, what's that going to be? 110%, exactly. 100% plus 10%. So we know that 330 means 110%. And then we're back to the questions we just solved. If 110% of x is 330, what is 100% of x? So 110% of x is 330. I can then work out what 10% would be by dividing by 11, which is 30. And I can work out what 100% would be by multiplying by 10, which gives me 300. Dark blue books, Year 8. I'm going to go through an example and then you're going to do an example, so get ready. Calculate the original amount. There's been a 10% increase and the new value after this 10% has been added is 440. So we know that 100% plus an extra 10% is 440. So 110% of my original value is 440. I'm going to use this to work out what 10% would be by dividing by 11. So 10% is 40. I can then use this to work out what 100% would be by multiplying by 10, which tells me my original value must have been 400. If I increase 400 by 10%, do I get 440? Yes, I do. In your dark blue books, Year 8, can you have a go at this one for me? Pause the video for a couple of minutes and have a think. Okay, let's go through the answers. So we've got 100% and we've added on 25%. This tells us that our new value is worth 125%. So 250 is 125%. If I divide that by 5, I can work out that 25% is going to be 50. I've divided both sides by 5. I can use that 25% to work out what 100% would be by multiplying by 4, which tells me that 100%, or my original value, is 200. Please make sure you've got one of these examples in your dark blue books for me. Okay, mini whiteboards. Maggie takes her family out for a meal and she decides to tip 15% and she pays £92. What was the cost of her food? So we know that 115%, the cost of her food plus the 15%, is going to be worth £92. Can you work out what that original cost was, that 100%? Pause the video for a minute or two and have a think. Okay, let's go through it. 115% can be made up of 5% times 23. So 5% is that £115, 92, divided by 23. So 5% is £4. So 100% is just £4 times 20, which will give me £80. Okay, Year 8, in your light blue books, can you have a go at these 6 questions for me? Work out what percentage this represents first off. So if I'm increasing by 10%, I know that 110% is going to be worth 44 for that first question. Can you work out what 100% would therefore be? Pause the video for 10 minutes and have a go at those questions now, please. And these are the answers I was looking for. Please check how you did. And finally, Year 8, here was my original lesson destination. A coat is reduced by 20% in a sale to £84. If it's reduced by 20%, the percentage that's left is going to be 80%. And that 80% is worth 84. Can you use that to work out what 100% of the original price is? And underneath, if a bed is reduced by 30% in a sale to £238, can you find the original price? Pause the video for a couple of minutes and have a go at those questions in your light blue books now, please. And these are the answers I was looking for. Please check how you did. And that's the end of today's lesson, Year 8. Can you now go to Google Classroom and complete my exit ticket? Submit before 4 o'clock and I can help you out. Have a wonderful day and thanks for listening.